Melissa Crook here, your host here at the Field Podcast. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. Along with the new year, we've got some new ways that we are going to be delivering our Field Podcast to you this year. And that starts with today. Every Tuesday, you're going to hear from me. I'm going to do a quick 10 to 15 minute session with you. It's going to introduce you to the different ways you can engage the FEEL framework in your life personally. And the idea is to give you some quick hitters as you're driving to work, dropping the kids off, doing your workout, on your morning walk, or just sitting quietly with your coffee. And then if you hear something in there that really strikes a chord with you, you can go to embracinglayers.com and fill out our contact form. And that link is in our show notes and on our resources page on the website. And you can do a quick 15 to 30 minutes free session with me and talk about more what are the processes to work with me directly on that. And I thought this was a good way to either just give you some ways to start your week. It's a Tuesday morning, you're one day in, and give you some content in a little different way. See what it's like to work directly with me, or see what it's like just to get those quick hints, reminders that you need to help you live out FEEL, finding empowerment, embracing layers. And each Thursday, we'll continue to bring you 2 episodes a week. Each Thursday, it'll be what you've been used to with us, where I've got a guest with me and I walk them through the FEEL framework, the talking points. And so those will be with you every Thursday in the traditional way you're hearing from me. But you're going to start hearing from just me on Tuesdays with these little quick nuggets for you that I hope are going to be really encouraging and supportive for you and the women in your life. To start out today, we're going to be talking about the FEEL reset. And for those, maybe this is your first time with us, FEEL is our acronym here, Finding Empowerment, Embracing Layers. And when you hear me talking about the framework and talking points, those are the key questions and talking points that I ask our guests, that I ask women that I'm working with one-on-one, that I deliver when I'm doing a keynote or a workshop, that I share via our online course. And these are the key questions that have really helped me as I really hit my own reset in the fall of 2019. And this is really the framework that came out of that journey and that I started sharing via the podcast in 2021. And I have now branched out and I'm sharing it in a variety of ways. Like I said earlier, whether it's speaking in workshops, as a keynote, whether it is utilizing panels, either online or in person to have these conversations, whether it is working with you one-on-one to be your encourager and help you seek and find what's already inside you to help you do this, or whether it's via our online course or book, where you can really navigate it through on your own, or I really encourage with a group of women. So we're going to break down these different ways you can utilize this. And today, the FEEL resets felt like a great place to start. It's the new year. It's the time that we're really thinking about, how do I want to live in this new year? How do I want to feel in this new year? And so with the FEEL reset, this is really for women who are feeling disconnected, burned out, or like you've lost yourselves in your roles and responsibilities. We all have so many roles and responsibilities. And so that's where it's really a good time to step back and start asking yourself, going back to my FEEL framework, those key questions. What am I doing for my self-care? Is it a deeper level at getting to my soul? Is it not just the physical movement or the spa or the bath or the nails done, but am I really filling my soul with activities that nourish me? Have I thought about how I want to feel the next 6 months and what I'm doing to contribute to that? Have I thought about how I would describe myself lately? Or do I only describe myself by my titles and roles and responsibilities? I want you to get back to who you are, not what you do, because that is where the stability lies. That is where the foundation lies, because your roles and responsibilities are going to change as you go through different seasons in life. But who you are and who you believe yourself to be and the way you feel about yourself, that's the foundation that you operate from. And we need to have that stable and in place and be connected with that. So when we navigate these different work titles, expectations, responsibilities, we have a grounded place to operate from. We're not living for others. We're living for ourselves healthily so that we can fill that cup and give well to others from a fully resourced cup based on who we are, aligned with who we are. So what this really helps you do when you do this feel reset, I help you reconnect. And when we help, because we work together, this is all inside you already. I'm going to help you and guide you reconnect to your layered identity, all the pieces and parts that make up who you are, beyond your titles, beyond your roles, beyond your responsibilities, beyond your to-do list and other people's expectations of you. We're going to help you get in alignment with what are my expectations? What are my values? What are my why? And based on that, going back to those activities that nourish me and the way I want to feel the next 6 months and how I would describe myself, am I living out of that? And if I'm not, what can I do to get back to that? Where do I need to start saying no in my calendar? Where do I need to, so I can create a yeses for myself and the ones I love and the things I value and the people I care about? Those are where those healthy boundaries come in. And boundaries aren't walls. They're actually creating freedom for you and communicating to people what you want out of your life, what you hope for, what you expect, how you want to live, how you want to feel, how you want to show up for others, how you want them to remember you. And so really also in doing this, I invite you to get back to really listening to your body, paying attention to those cues that she's giving you when you're saying yes or no to things and what she's telling you. And are you paying attention to that? And so through doing this, when we identify those 5 nourishing activities and identify those 5 ways we want to feel over the next 6 months, we look at our calendars and see what's out of alignment, what's in alignment, and start practicing saying yes or no to those things that don't fit and that we want to fit. This is going to help you create a simple, sustainable self-care blueprint that supports your emotional, mental, and physical health. It's amazing what just making those little shifts, looking at your calendar and making sure some of those activities that nourish you are incorporated on a regular basis. So for instance, an activity that nourishes me is listening to my favorite music. And so that is something I can incorporate throughout my day. I can turn on my Spotify. I can listen to it on my way to a work meeting. I can listen to it sometimes if I have an admin day as I'm working. I can listen to it when I'm on my walk. That's an activity that nourishes me, that fills my cup. It doesn't require me to find new time. It just, rather than scrolling on my phone or answering work emails, maybe while I'm walking, I'm listening to that music. So that's a way that you can incorporate that in that doesn't require a lot of structural changes, but you'll be surprised how much that fills your cup and helps you feel like you've taken care of yourself, attended yourself, or paid attention to what you need in some way. So this again, like I said, it helps you create a simple, sustainable self-care blueprint that again supports your emotional, mental, and physical health. It's going to give you that immediate sense of relief, clarity, and renewed energy. And these are things, so when you start feeling, and I'm going to go back to that emotional, mental, physical health space, your body will tell you whether it is a tightness in your chest, whether it's a headache, whether it's a stomach ache, whether it is just an uneasy feeling. You're going to get a sense of when things are out of alignment. And so this is going to be an invitation for you to go back and can, remind yourself, I need to ask myself again, am I incorporating those activities that nourish me? I need to check in with myself again if those have changed and I need to create some new spaces or new things. I need to go back and ask myself again how I would describe myself. And those are with adjectives like passionate, compassionate, empathetic, stubborn, funny. Those are examples of how you would describe yourself. Do I need to check in with that? Has something else, I talk about the layers all the time, has something else presented itself that you didn't realize before, or that's been added to this space and place as you go through time and change and learn and grow? We're constantly evolving, growing, learning, and staying curious about that. So rather than getting irritated that you're feeling this way, I invite curiosity. Where is that coming from? Where am I out of alignment? Do I need to re-examine these activities that nourish me, the way I'm filling my cup or not filling my cup? Have I pushed some of these things aside to make room for things that maybe aren't not in alignment with me? And so it's an invitation to come back and be curious, but it gives you that blueprint to help you stay on course. And the idea behind it is that you walk away with a reset plan that makes you feel centered, nourished, and back in alignment with yourself. You'll stop performing for others and start honoring what you actually need. So that is an example of what a reset would look like. So what are you going to do this week for your reset? I invite you to go to our show notes where we've got a PDF in here that asks some of these key questions I've already referred to, the activities that nourish you, the way you want to feel the next 6 months, how you would describe yourself, and start there. And then look at your calendar and where can you start making space to make sure you're living in alignment with this? Where do you need to move some things? Or is there time that you're already utilizing, again, answering those emails or making those phone calls on the way to work? Maybe it's instead you incorporate one of these activities that nourish you, because it scientifically shows that when we fill our cups, we are able to we're more productive, we're more creative, we're more present, we're more connected, and we actually get more done in less time rather than being tired and ragged and burn out and spread too thin. And it actually takes more energy and more time to do these things. So it really is worth it. One, because you're worth it. And two, because it just makes resource sense. We don't ask a car to drive down the road on an empty tank. It won't. It will die. So the same goes for you. So take the opportunity this week, look at that PDF. And if you need more support on this, the Feel Reset is available for you to work with me one-on-one as well. If you need some more accountability and some long-term help really digging into if these questions are really stumping you, let me help you. Go to that contact form. Let's get together. The link to the Feel Reset one-on-one empowerment program with me is linked in here on our show notes and on our resources page. Check it out and reach out to me and let's get together. But I hope this Feel Reset support has given you some things to think about and is encouraging you and maybe utilizing some time during your journaling time, quiet time when you're walking to think about these things and put these into place. Let's get you living in alignment in this new year of 2026. Thanks so much for being with me here today. I'm Melissa Crook. I'm your host here at the Feel Podcast. I'll be back with you on Thursday with a great guest walking through these talking points. But until then, take good care. Go to that contact form. Let's get together and work on this if you need support. Otherwise, I hope you find this helpful and you have a great rest of your Tuesday. And we'll see you here next time on the Feel Podcast.